Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the When's Lunch podcast, sponsored by nobody. So I've been seeing this a lot, and I actually watched this documentary. It's about an hour and 39 minutes, and it's about the three-fingered Peruvian mummy. But it's not just one; they have like a shitload of them. They found a bunch of like little ones that look like statues and stuff like that. But the interesting thing about this is that I don't know exactly when the discovery was made, but I'll link this documentary in the description. And it says in 2017 they did a lot of medical tests and stuff like that on it, and it's human basically. So they're just in like Peru, and like I think they were called and found in Nazca. So everybody knows about the Nazca lines. It's been a big deal for years and years and years because it's like thousands of year old, like the drawings on the side of the hills and stuff of like weird aliens and spiders and weird shit like that. And like, I remember I saw one, it was a guy, looked like a big alien, but he had like a gigantic dick pointed up, and it's pretty weird. Kind of funny actually. Well, anyways, so they've been doing tests on them, and still all the recent articles I've seen on it till this day, they can't even, it's not a hoax. Like, well, if it is a hoax, someone desecrated a 1,000-year-old body or mummy. So what people are saying, how they desecrated it was, so they checked the hand, and they're saying that they cut this off, and they cut this off, and that's why it has 3 fingers, and then they sliced it down this way to make them really long fingers down to the wrist. But it doesn't look that way. It does not look that way at all. So yeah, so I watched this documentary, and this guy goes and he interviews like the people who discovered it and stuff, and this is one of the guys who discovered it. What's up with that necklace? I mean, come on. I get it. You're an adventurer. You're an explorer. But this destroys all your credibility when you wear that necklace. I don't understand it. Maybe it's something you found or whatever, but come on. So anyways, they found a bunch of bodies, bunch of mummified bodies. They all have 3 fingers and 3 toes, I believe. Some of them are like really tiny. And then they found a gigantic one that's like in the classic mummy hugging the knees sitting position. But like I said before, the interesting thing is they've actually done medical tests on them. And there are a couple of things reporting, and a couple of people keeping tabs on this. And the bodies seem to be of biological material, real things. They're not props. It's not plaster. It's not that. So if someone actually made this hoax, they desecrated a body, and that's pretty fucked up. But if they didn't, I mean, people are saying it's proof of alien, whatever. And the whole thing about Nazca in Peru is there's a lot of weird stuff in Peru, a lot of weird like ancient alien artifact stuff, a lot of very odd what do you call it, like petroglyphs and drawings and stuff. And a lot of the drawings have 3 fingers, 3 toes. So that's pretty interesting. And also when they did like a medical examination of the larger body, which everybody seems to be talking about, and they keep ignoring these smaller bodies, which is really odd. That the body has all its organs, it has everything like that, but the eye sockets look weird. The fingers obviously are weird, but the rest of the body seems to be pretty normal, pretty human. And okay, so this guy right here, throughout the documentary, like around an hour in, this guy is full of shit, and he tries to tag himself onto everything alien. He runs a show in Mexico that's like every bullshit UFO video, even the ones that are clearly CGI and stuff, he just throws them on there for ratings. And this guy is full of shit. I forgot his name exactly, but you probably see him on a ton of stuff talking about UFOs and stuff. And I think he runs his own show in Mexico, and it's all about UFO and stuff like that, and that's cool and everything. But he pushes like fake shit and is all about fake stuff and just not being truthful, and is probably behind a bunch of hoaxes and stuff. And so since this came out, he just jumped on it and tagged along on it once again, like he does to everything. So don't believe this guy is full of shit. So yeah, there's a bunch of videos on it. What they're saying is, I mean, it's real. I mean, it's the last report of it that I've been reading about and stuff like that, of like the medical stuff, was 2017. So that's just last year. So we'll see what the up and coming years have to show on this. But it's, I mean, that'll be pretty interesting. Maybe it was just a mutation, and it was just generations of that mutation being passed down, and they just so happened to, fall upon this. And it could be just a human with the mutation, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I wonder what they looked like when they were living. Or it's a fucking alien. Okay? It's an alien from outer space. Came down. They worshipped it. And then they kind of mummified it, because it's technically not a mummy because it has all the organs inside. But yeah. But I mean, how would that work? Just 3 fingers? That long ass fingers? That shit ain't gonna work. You can't grab a soda with that. I mean, damn. Some of them have implants in their hands and their bodies. But some of the x-rays of the smaller things, they look kind of iffy. But the big gigantic one, that one looks pretty legit. And I mean, all in all, I think it's a real body. It's either a modified human, a mutation, or somebody desecrated a mummy. Or it's in something we don't know about. It's the unknown. But it was definitely a person that lived. I've also seen other things like the what was it called? The Atacama mummy. That was another thing, and I think that was also found in Peru. I could be wrong on that, but I'll pull the picture up right now. But yeah, that was another thing, and that's a little tiny thing. I don't know what happened with that. Scientists were going to do tests on that, and they were saying that it was the body of like 11-year-old, but it was literally like this tall. So a person who was like 11 or 12 years old walking around like this tall. And that was pretty interesting. I mean, these could just be mutations. It could be something else. You never know. The unknown, huh? But it's pretty intriguing, especially now for it being 2017, medical examiners looking at this and then doing DNA tests and all that stuff. Like real shit. And they're saying it's real biological material. It's not plaster. It's not a fake rubber or anything like that. It's real biological material. So either someone desecrated a corpse, or this is some real shit right here. And it's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna link this this documentary. It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's an hour and 39 minutes long. It's on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. This is the channel. It's UAMNTV. And then this other channel called Gaia, they did a nice little one on but it's funny because the Gaia one, they only focus on the large mummy. They don't focus on the little ones, which is really weird because there's a shit ton of them. There's a lot of them. They found a lot of the 3-fingered hands, and they don't even talk about that in that thing. So that leaves some suspicion, because that's the one that's more recent, I would say. And they totally leave all those out. So, but they x-ray the body and everything like that, and they got all the bones. I mean, if it was a hoax, who would make a complete skeletal recreation? And then also, if it's a hoax, they layered it with fucking real skin, like biological skin of a person. I mean, the big mummy is a woman. They said it's a woman. I don't know. It's crazy. It's interesting, and it's something that's going on right now. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for more updates on this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Take a look at that documentary. It's very intriguing and interesting. And appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. It really helps my video out. But if you don't feel like it, fuck it. Well, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Wengelin's podcast over and out. And yeah, I have my morning coffee. But yeah, that's cool, man. Keep your eyes on the skis.